Welcome to the Rumblin' Man YouTube channel. Tonight we are reviewing a bass that is incredibly sweet. So if you're wanting to hear more demos of it, and if you want all the info on it, you have come to the right place. The Rumblin' Man channel is a guitar and bass YouTube channel. I play guitar and bass, so here on this channel we talk about both. We review guitars and basses, strings, pedals, you name it. We do our best to do it here. We look at all the sweet gear we can, and we give the most informed information we can, the best demos we can, and the most relevant opinions and views on the gear that we can. So if that kind of content sounds like it's up your alley, please do me a favor and go on and click the subscribe button, because I would love to have you as one of my regular viewers. And if you're a return viewer, do me a favor and go on and click the thumbs up button. That way, YouTube is more likely to show people this video, okay? We want people to see this video. And the main reason we want people to see this video is because we want to get the word out about a sweet bass that YouTube simply needed more demos of. And I saw a picture of this bass the other day, and it was for a giveaway that they were doing. And I thought, that's exactly what I want and need. That's the kind of thing I'm looking for. So I reached out to my friends in Japan at Aria Pro II, and we made this happen. Now, what do you think of when you think of Aria Pro II? I'll tell you what I think of. I think of an iconic name in guitar and bass design, a name that became famous in the bass world in the 1980s, and to this day is highly respected for the products that they make both in Japan and overseas, but designed in Japan. And this bass we're looking at tonight is the 313 MK2/5 for a 5-string Detroit bass. All right, so, and that's from Aria Pro II's Hotrod Collection. And this is one of the basses in that collection, along with some that are similar to it that also bear the Detroit name. Why does it bear the Detroit name? I'm about to tell you. So 313 is the area code in Detroit. If you want to call somebody, want to call a buddy, like my buddy Max Proud, you know, living around Detroit, then that's the number you would dial in. Very cool, very creative. Detroit, Michigan, to me, whenever I meet people, you know, down here in Florida who tell me they're in from Detroit, I have a lot of questions for them. And I tell them, man, I want to come to your city and like tour some studios and stuff, because I mean, that's where the Motown hits, the big ones, were created. That's where James Jamerson played bass on all those records. So when they call this a Detroit bass, what they mean by that is this is a bass that is equipped to give you the same kind of sounds and performance that we hear on famous records out of Detroit, Michigan. Namely because this bass is a P-style bass, in that we have a split coil P or precision style pickup right here. That is the kind of pickup that James Jamerson, you know, played on those sessions, and you know, predominantly with flat wound strings, which you can put on this bass as it is stock with rounds. But so that's going to give you that same essential type of pickup. But then we also have some added flexibility by adding a J pickup in the bridge. It makes this a PJ bass. Now, I'm a P bass guy, but in an ideal world, I am a PJ bass guy, because I love having the flexibility when I want something more, a little bit more click, a little bit more cut in the tone. I like being able to dial in a J bridge pickup. I think that the sound of a PJ bass is rounder than the already round sound of a jazz bass. But in addition to that pickup configuration, you get an incredibly well-built and trustworthy instrument that I'm just going to tell you, sitting here holding this thing from experience right now, will hold up in the studio. And I'm telling you, I've been on the road, I've had instruments with me on the road, and this thing will endure the road as well. Now, also like Jamerson's bass that he played in Detroit, we have a rosewood fingerboard. So, I mean, that's that classic sound, is the, the P-style pickup, rosewood fingerboard, flat wound strings, or you can use, rounds, which come on the bass, as we said. Another thing that I really like that gives you that vibe, but takes it a step further in versatility with this bass, is this. We have the addition of a 5th string. Okay, so this is going to be the 5-string model. A 4-string of this bass is available, but this is going to be the 5-string model. So above the E string, we get the B string. That's our low B string. I'm going to give you a rundown of the rest of what's on the bass real quick, and then we are going to hear it in some more demos. Another thing I really love about this bass, that is something that's very popular right now, and for good reason, is that we have here a roasted maple neck. And this roasted maple neck is finished in a very smooth satin urethane. Now, that's something I always try to address in my reviews. Why is that? Well, because when I'm looking at a review of an instrument that I can't go to the store right now and try, I want to know what it feels like. So this is a very smooth satin finish on this neck. I like gloss, but I also really like a good satin. And I love it when the satin just has that beautiful, perfectly smooth feel to it, where it doesn't have an unfinished feeling. It's just nice to the touch, and you could play it for hours. And this just nails it just as good as any bass I've ever had in my hands. And then anchoring the neck down, the point of attachment here, something that Aria is really known for, is a heelless bolt-on neck joint. Quite beautifully done, if I say so myself. We'll pull a picture up right there, or some stock footage. 6-bolt heelless bolt-on neck joint. I mean, that just rocks. So other side from the roasted maple neck, as we already mentioned, we got the rosewood fretboard. Great headstock here. I like the tuners to have this 4-and-1 configuration with a 5-string. I always think that's a nice touch, rather than all in one line. We've got Aria's logo, and then we can find out by looking at the back of the headstock that this bass is built in China to the design specs of Aria Pro II. So I wouldn't ever say let where a guitar is built, be what sways your decision. No, let how it plays, how it holds up, and how it sounds be what will sway your decision. The body as well is a beautiful story. This is finished in open pore sunburst. It's an open pore body design. I love the way they did it. You can feel the beautiful wood grain. It's finished in a very nice satin finish. So it's always cool to have a satin body like this. This bridge is just great as well. This is a Wilkinson bridge with brass saddles. And man, I love it. Wilkinson stuff, highly trustworthy. One other thing to mention real quick is the controls. The neck pickup being the P pickup, and the bridge pickup being the J pickup. What we have here is we have a master volume, and then we have a blend knob, which is great. There are a lot of traditional basses that will have 2 volume knobs, but that annoys me every time. I'm so thankful to have a blend knob instead. It's just better, if you ask me. And then we have a master tone knob. Okay, so speaking of that blend knob, for the intro demo in tonight's video, we heard me play kind of a slap video, which we got around a little bit on all 5 of the strings. We heard some of it being the PJ configuration of both pickups, and then we heard some of it being just the bridge pickup. We're also going to listen to me playing a few different other styles with this bass guitar, because I want to show you just how versatile it is. But first and foremost, it goes without mentioning, they call this the Detroit bass. So can it nail the Detroit tones? Well, let's take a listen real quick. This next demo will be of, the style of music will be more like the old Motown Detroit kind of records, obviously with slightly more modern production as it's being recorded now. And we're going to listen to the P pickup with the tone rolled off a bit. I'd say maybe halfway, maybe a little more than that. And then we're going to listen to the P pickup with the tone on full at 10. Then we're going to listen to it PJ. And this first demo will be simulating a bass DI. Okay, so for the demos in today's video, I am running the bass directly into the Line 6 Helix LT, which I find to be absolutely wonderful for bass guitar, and using that as an interface straight into my computer, where it's being mixed down to a wave with the mixes. So pretty good audio situation here. And then the patches that we're using in tonight's demo are a Helix and Helix LT patch bundle that I created for bass players, and it's called SVT, and you can get it off my website. It's very affordable. In fact, there's a link in the description of this video if you would like to check this patch bundle out, okay? So without further ado, on with the demo. So what do I think? I mean, it goes without saying, I've made it pretty clear throughout tonight's video that I think this bass is awesome. Not to mention it's an affordable instrument. So when you combine the facts that it is built like a tank, performs incredibly, and is also attainable to the working musician like myself, you've got a product that I'm very passionate about here. And we're going to see it a lot more often here on the Rumblin' Man channel, as I'll be using it in further videos and reviews of, you know, some strings and pedals and things like that. So make sure to stick around for that and make sure you're subscribed. That said, we're going to hear one more demo in tonight's video. You know, as a bass player, one modern style that's just been very popular for the past several years is rock music with playing with a pick. So it's going to be in a mix here that's kind of a rock mix, but also kind of like an ambient worship mix. And I'll play with a pick some, and we'll take a listen to the different kind of tones you can get in a big mix with this bass. So guys, if you want to look into one of these, you have my full recommendation. I mean, I just can't think of anything about this bass that I don't like. I don't see any problem with it at all. It is simply awesome, and I'm really grateful. So thank you, Aria Pro II, the gang out there, for helping me make this happen, for helping this video happen, as well as the other videos that we'll be doing. And I certainly hope to look at more products by Aria Pro II in the future. What's your dream bass? I'd like to hear about it in the comments of this video, because I'm going to tell you right now, for a long time, I was wishing that somebody would make this product. I was wishing that I could find a good 5-string PJ, and I did. So this would rank right up there on my list of dream basses. But I want to hear in the comments of this video a little bit about your list of dream basses, and if you think this bass could make it onto that list. All right. Thank you guys. God bless you. Thanks so much for watching tonight, and I will see you on the next video. Peace out.